Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Bhagavan Uvacha.
Maya Sakta Manaparta.
Maya Shakta Manaprartha.
Yogam Jamadasraya.
Yogam Janjanavadasraya.
Asam Shayam Samagrama.
Asamshayam Samagrama.
Yadagyasya Sitashtrino.
Yadagyasya Tatchino.
Now hear, O son of Pita, Arjuna, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Maya Sakta Manaprartha. Yogam Janjanavadasraya. Asangsayam samagrang mam jatha gnasasi tatchino. The Lord, Bhagavan. Bhagavan means the most powerful, almighty, with 6 opulences. That is Bhagavan. Bhagavan means opulence. And Ban, this word is used in the sense of possession. Just like generally we say Bhagavan. We Indians, we know Bhagavan means fortunate. This word Bhagya comes from Bhogo. Bhogo, and in relationship with Bhogo, the word comes Bhagya. And Bans means one who possesses. Ostathe Batup is Sanskrit word. When the meaning is to possess, then one affix is added, which is called Bat, Bhagavat. And the first word of the Bhagavat Shabda is Bhagavan. So we are trying to understand Bhagavan, which is explained by Bhagavan himself. Bhagavan, God. You cannot understand God or Bhagavan by your speculation. Any one of us, our senses are defective. Just like we are very much proud of our eyes to see. Sometimes some rascal says, "Can you see? Show me God." He does not think that how far his eyes are capable to see, but he wants to see God. Our senses are conditional. So long the electric light is there, we can see. If it is immediately dark, we cannot see. So what is the value of this seeing? But we are very much proud of seeing. Similarly, we are about defective senses and we accept something which is not fact, that is called illusion. And we commit mistake, every one of us. There is no man in the world who can say, "I did not commit any mistake in my life." That is not possible. To err is human, it is said. So we have got 4 defects. We commit mistake, we are illusion, Brahm, Pramad, just like we accept this body as myself. I am this body. Who are you? I am Mr. Such and such, I am Indian, I am American, I am Englishman, I am white, I am black, I am fat, I am thin. In this way, we give description of our body, but we do not know what I am. This is called illusion. And commit mistake, we have got experience. Many times have committed mistake, blunder in our life. So Brahm Pramad, Karunapatam. Karunapatam means, Karan means the senses through which we act. Just like we catch up through the hand. This is called Karan. So Karan, these are imperfect. I am catching with my hand, but if the hand is paralyzed, so long we are not paralyzed, our machine is going nicely, we can catch. Otherwise, we cannot catch. This is condition. We can catch under certain condition. So therefore, our senses are imperfect. Karuna apatu. Apatu means imperfect. Brahm Pramad Karunapatam, and another defect is vanchana or cheating. I am so much defective, still I want to impress others that I have got full knowledge. How you can have full knowledge if you are so defective? Just like a diseased man, he cannot say, I am perfect in health. That is not possible. Similarly, if we are defective in so many ways, and if I want to become teacher or preacher to give you the truth, then how can I give? This is not possible. So, we cannot hear from anyone who is defective. That is not pure knowledge. That is not perfect knowledge. If we hear from some defective who theorize, I think, in my opinion, maybe, perhaps, these are nonsense speaking. Almost everyone, the so-called scientists, philosophers, they simply theorize. I think, who are you? You are thinking like that. You are imperfect. So we cannot accept the theories or the statement of some defective person. We should hear from the person who is not defective, perfect. Therefore, our process of hearing or getting knowledge is from the perfect person. That is called Krishna consciousness. We are hearing Bhagavad Gita, we are getting knowledge from Bhagavad Gita because Bhagavan himself speaking. Therefore here it is said, although it is said by Krishna, everyone knows that Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita and Vyasdev recorded it and then put it into the Mahabharata, this statement. But here Vyasdev purposely says, one may not misunderstand that this knowledge is perfect. Therefore he says, Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan Uvacha means there is no defect. You can accept it as it is and you get the full knowledge. This is the meaning of Bhagavan Uvacha. Many times he has said. So Bhagavan Uvacha, and he is speaking about himself. Bhagavan Krishna coming here. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata tadatmanam sujami aham paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskita. Dharma samasthapanarthaya juge juge sambhavami. Bhagavan comes for this purpose, to let people know what is Bhagavan, not this so-called rascal incarnation. Just try to understand what is Bhagavan. If Bhagavan means the six opulences in full. Aishajyasya, Bijyasya, Jasasa, Sriya, Jnana, Vairagyaschaya, Bhaga iti sarangana. Aishajya means wealth, riches. One who is the greatest rich man. Every one of us, there are so many rich men here present here. But nobody can say, I am the richest in the world. That is not possible. So one who can say and prove that he is the richest in the world, he can be accepted as Bhagavan. Not these rascals, cheap Bhagavan. Cheap Bhagavan we don't accept. We accept Bhagavan, Ramchandra, Bhagavan Krishna, because they did something which is impossible to be done by any human being. We are not going to accept cheap Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan means who is the richest, who is the most famous, who is the strongest, who is the most beautiful, who is most wise, and who is most renowned. Just like Krishna says that Bhoktaram Jaggutavasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram. He is the proprietor of all the lokas. Lokas means where the people or living entities live. So there are so many planets. Everywhere there are living entities. Om Bhut Bhuvasa Tastavitu Varannam. There are Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Saraloka, Janaloka, Mahaloka, Tapoloka, Sattaloka, Brahmaloka. Same 14 planetary system. Then down, Tal, Atal, Nital, Talatal, Patal, Rasatal. There's so many. This is only one universe. There are millions of universes. Jasya prabha prabhavatu jagadanda koti. Koti, we Indians understand. Millions. There are millions of universes. Jasya prabha prabhavatu jagadanda koti. Kotishu asesha vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam. And in each and every universe, there are millions of planets. And each planet is different from the other. Just like the moon planet, you are going to live there. But you cannot live there because it is, the scientist says, 200 degrees below zero, the temperature. So it is different atmosphere. Similarly in the the sun planet, you cannot go there. But Krishna can go there. That is Krishna, that is God. Because Krishna is not like us, neither his body is like us. Ishara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. And he went to this sun planet, that is stated in the Bhagwat Geeta, 4th chapter. He says, Imang vivasati jugam prattama nahamammayam. Just like here Bhagavan says, Maya sakta mana pratha jogam. This is a yoga. Similarly, this yoga system was spoken to the sun god. Maya sakta mana. Jogam, what is that? Imang vivasati jogam. Imang jogam, the same thing. As Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, The same thing was spoken to sun god. Imanga vivasate, vivasate, and to Vivashan. Vivashan, the president of the sun planet, is known as Vivashan. His name is given. Just like we know who is the president of United States or India. Similarly, those who are advanced in knowledge, they know who is the predominating deity or president of that planet. That requires knowledge. So, Krishna said that I spoke to the sun god, Vivashan. So, we cannot enter into the sun planet. That is not possible. It is so fiery. Temperature is so high. But Krishna can go. Otherwise, High Krishna went and spoke to the sun god, it is stated. Therefore, we are presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is. We do not interpret the meaning that Krishna, that this Krishna, that, and all so many nonsensical. No. Simple meaning is that if Krishna instructed the sun god, Vivashan, then he went there as he comes here. That is natural conclusion. And because he entered the sun planet and he did not burn down into ashes, therefore his body is different. Because if we enter such high temperature, immediately we are finished. What to say about speaking? The Krishna spoke. These are natural, as it is, conclusion. You cannot interpret. So, therefore, conclusion is Krishna's body is different from us. One who does not know, rascal, he thinks that Krishna is like ours. Krishna, how he can be like ourselves? If he entered the sun planet and spoke to the president of the sun planet, then his body is different. Therefore Krishna says, Avajananti maga mudha manusam tanuvasito. Because I look just like a human being, the rascal think of me, I am an ordinary man. Therefore the conclusion is, one who thinks of Krishna as one of us, he is a fool. He is a rascal. Krishna's body is explained in the Shastra, Vedic. What is that body? Sachidananda Vigraha, Ishara Parama Krishna, Sachit Ananda Vigraha, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitavi, Sabhi ja eva nija rupa taya kalavi, Goloka eva nivasati, Akhilatma bhuta, Govindamadi Purisam, Tamang Bhajan. These are the basic information. So, Krishna has body, but not a body like us. That is stated in the Vedas. Apani pada javana grahita, pashyati achakhu. Pashyati achakhu. He has no eyes, but he sees. Then what is that saying power? That means he has got a different type of eyes, but he has got his eyes. He is not nirakar, but not akar like us. His body is Satchidananda Vigraha, Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal, and Chit means full of knowledge, and Ananda means full of bliss. So his body is made of such qualities, Satchidananda Vigraha. Now you can compare your body. If I think of my body, it is not Sat. Sat means eternal. This body will be finished. Then it is not Sat. It is Asat. Sat means which exists, and Asat means which does not exist. Therefore, how you can say Krishna's body and my body is the same? No. Then chit means knowledge, and our body is full of ignorance. We cannot understand knowledge. We have no knowledge immediately what is beyond this world. If you ask me what is beyond this world, then I will have to ask some of my disciples what is there beyond this world. Therefore, it is not chit, not full of knowledge. But Krishna knows, he says in the Vedahang Samiti Tani. I know everything, past, present and future. When Arjuna inquired, Arjuna, he is also playing just like Krishna's friend. So he inquired for dissipation of the ignorance. That, my dear Krishna, you are saying that you spoke this philosophy, Bhagavad Gita, formally to the sun god. Without asking him, how did you go, how did you return? He simply asked, that Krishna, I know that you are my contemporary. We are of the same age. And how can I believe that millions and trillions of years ago you spoke to sun god? So the answer was that, my dear Arjuna, at that time, because you are my friend, you are also there, but you have forgotten. I have not forgotten. Therefore, he is full of knowledge. We cannot say what we did in our childhood. We have forgotten. This is one of our qualifications, forgetfulness. But Krishna says that you have forgotten because you are a living being. Your nature is to forget. But because I am the Supreme Lord, I am not forgotten. Therefore, his knowledge is perfect. And then Ananda means pleasure, blissfulness. He is always, Krishna, while he was present on this planet, he showed how to dance with the gopis. He was always full of Ananda. Here we have got Krishna. He is Anandamurti. He is not in Nirananda, without blissfulness. He is always with his consort, Srimati Radharani. And he is playing flute. And Radharani is dancing. So this is Ananda. So where is our Ananda? We imitate Krishna, but we are not able to enjoy because we are in this material body. In this way, from Bhagavad Gita, if we study Bhagavad Gita nicely, then we can understand what is God. Otherwise, you can go on speculating for millions of years and for many, many births. You cannot understand what is God. There are so many societies, theological societies, these theosophical societies. But what do they know about God? They do not know. Neither can know. It is not possible. Because they are thinking with their imperfect senses. How you can have the idea of the perfect, of the unlimited, by your imperfect speculation? That is not possible. Therefore, the Shastra says, Athapite deva padambudajjayam prasada leshanugrhita eva hi janati tattam. Tatta means the absolute truth. You are absolute truth. Who can understand the absolute truth without your mercy? Just therefore, Krishna is merciful to Arjuna. And therefore he says, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Maya sakta mana prartha. My dear Arjuna, if you simply concentrate or meditate upon me, Krishna, Maya sakta, Mayi asakta. Mayi means unto me, Krishna. Mayi asakta mana, those who are attached to me, that is perfect yoga. That is yoga. The yogis, you have heard the names of so many yogis. Meditation. The meditation is good, but most of them do not know what is meditation. Most of them. How? That they do not meditate upon Krishna. Meditation means to fix up one's mind on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. First of all, they do not know who is the Personality of Godhead. But the yoga practice, according to Shastra, is that, here it is, Maya Sakta Mana Prartha Yoga. This is yoga. In other Vedic literature, that is also stated, the same thing. Dhyanavastita tadgatina manasa pasantinyam yogina. Yogi means who meditates. It is the business of the yogis to meditate. But if you do not know upon whom to meditate, then what is the meaning of your yoga? Therefore, I have seen practically in America, there are so many yoga societies. They close their eyes and I do not know what they are meditating, but I have seen they are snoring. And what they will do? This is yoga system. So don't be misled by these bluffers, yoga system. Don't be misled. Here is yoga. Krishna. Because yoga means to meditate upon the Supreme. Dhyanavastita tad gatina manasa. Mind fully absorbed. And they see Krishna or Narayana, or the same thing. Jang brahma varunanda rudra stunnanti dibbhai stabhai vedai sanga pada krama upanishadai gayanti jang samaga dhyanavastita tadgatina manasa pasyanti jang yogina jasyantangana vidu surasuragana devaya tasmai namah. This is Vedic mantra. So, yoga means to think of Krishna. That is yoga. So, it is also confirmed in the 6th chapter. We are reading 7th chapter. Krishna says, Krishna taught Arjuna how to practice yoga. Then he concluded his teaching on the yoga that yoginamapi sarvesam madgata antaratmana sadhyavana bhajati jo mang sami yuktatamo mata. Who is the first class yogi? There are many different types of yogi. But who is the topmost yogi? Yoginamapi sarvesam. Who is that? Madgata antaratmana. One who is thinking of me always. That is perfect yoga. So, that statement, that one who is thinking of me always, he is perfect yogi. So that is now being explained. It is the conclusion of the 6th chapter. And in 7th chapter, Krishna explains how you can think of Krishna 24 hours. This is being explained. Therefore he says, Maya sakta mana prartha. How you can think of somebody else unless you are very much attached to him. Just like a boy is attached to some girl, or a girl is attached to some, that is natural. So when he becomes too much attached, he always, or she thinks always. Otherwise it is not possible. to come to this attachment platform, you have to learn how to love Krishna. Otherwise, how it is possible? Unless you love somebody, how can you think of him 24 hours? That is not possible. So this Maya Sakta, Krishna is summarily, but the Acharyas, they have defined how we can. We have got attachment. Every one of us got this propensity or the quality of attachment to others. The wife is attached to husband, husband is attached to wife, the son is attached to the father is attached to the son. Everyone. That attachment will increase, then to your family, to your community, to your society, to your country, to your nation. The attachment is there. You cannot say that I have no attachment for anything. That is not possible. When sannyasi means satnasi, one who has given up attachment for this false material world. That is the philosophy of Shankaracharya. He says, Brahma Satta Jagana Mithya. Therefore, he is advising that you have got attachment for this material world. This is false. Brahma Satta Jagan Mithya. He simply explains the negative side. But Brahma Satta, Brahma, the supreme, absolute truth is truth. So attachment for that. You cannot give up the attachment spirit, but you have to change the attachment. That is freedom. We have got so many attachments for this material world. You have to transfer that attachment for Krishna. Therefore Krishna says, Maya Sakta Manaparta. He doesn't say that you give up your attachment. How you can give up your attachment? That is not possible. He says, just transfer the attachment to me. So all of a sudden, to transfer the attachment to Krishna and give up our all attachment for this material world, that is called renounced order of life. But Krishna says you do this, but it is not so easy. It is not so easy. Therefore, we have to go to the person. Tadvijnanatham sa gurumeva abhigachet. This is the Shastra, Vedic injunction. That in order to learn that art, how to transfer your attachment to Krishna, you must approach to Guru. He will teach you. So, this Krishna consciousness movement means that we are teaching people how to give up this material attachment and become attached to Krishna. Attachment cannot be given up. That is not possible. Attachment should be purified. That is what. That is, therefore, the bhakti definition is given by Narad Muni. Sarvapadhi vinin muktam tat paratena nirmalam rishikena rishikesa sevanang bhakti ruchat. Now, our attachment is on account of this designation. What is that designation? I am American, I am Englishman, I am Indian. These are all designations. Because the soul is neither Indian nor American nor this nor that. Soul is pure spirit soul. These are material designations according to the body. So, if we become purified, sarva upadhi vinin muktam, that is called mukti. Mukti, the definition of mukti means hitya annatha rupam sarupena avasthiti. Because we are staying at the present moment in this material state, we have got so many material attachments. That is, we are staying in a different way. We are living in the bodily concept of life, and in relations with this body we have got so many different attachments. So mukti means when you do not stay in the bodily concept of life, you stay in your original state of life. That is called mukti. Mukti does not mean that one has to acquire so many hands, so many legs. No. It is the change of consciousness. That is mukti. Just as Arjuna did. He was conscious in the beginning of the fight. He was conscious of his relatives, of his family, means bodily. But when he understood Bhagwat Geeta from Krishna, he said, yes, karishe vachanam tava. In the beginning, he denied to fight. But when he understood Bhagwat Geeta, he agreed, yes, I shall fight. Karishe vachanam tava. I am now full conscious. Nasto moho. This attachment, bodily attachment, is now finished. Krishna, it is now finished. Nasto moho sati labdhya. Because we forgot. I have already told that we are forgetful. This is our another nature. Now my forgetfulness is gone. Tat prasadat, by your mercy. You have taught me Bhagavad Gita. So by your mercy, my two things, that bodily attachment and misconception of life, is now gone. Now I know that I am your servant. I am your eternal servant. And it is my duty to carry out your order. Therefore I agree. Karishe vachanam tava. I shall now execute. You want me to fight? No consideration of my relatives or family, I shall fight with them. This is the conclusion about it. So similarly, if you want actual life, this is a bhram or mithya life, this material life, means bodily concept of life. That I am this body and this family is mine, this country is mine, the community is mine, I have got to do for my family, I have got to do this, I have to go. So many. This is due to attachment. And this is all false attachment. Therefore, we have to transfer the attachment to Krishna. That is called Maya Saktamana Prartha. This is yoga system. How to transfer this attachment to Krishna. This is called Bhakti Yoga. And this is the first class yoga. You sit down there or stand there. Maya Saktamana Prartha. This is to be practiced. This yoga should be practiced. How to increase attachment for Krishna. Maya Saktamana Prartha Yogang Junjan. You have to practice this yoga. How? Madasraya, under me, or under my representative. Mat asraya. Mat means me, and asraya means taking shelter of. So either, but if you say, where is Krishna? No. Mat asraya means another thing. One who has taken of my shelter. That is devotee. Mat asraya. So, either you take, that is not possible because Krishna is not yet present. He is present, but we have no eyes to see. Although he is present here in this deity, he is present here. But because we have no eyes to see, we are thinking this is made of stone. And some rascal will say that they are going to see some stone. Because we have no eyes to see. So, we have to learn the art, how to see Krishna. How to see Krishna. So that practice, madasraya, if we want to learn this art, we have to take the shelter of the Goswamis or the devotees. The Rupa Goswami says how this asakti can be increased. He gives formula. Madasraya, Krishna said, either you take shelter of me directly or to a person who has taken shelter of me. Just an electric power, electric house, powerhouse may be long away, but if the electricity is coming through some where, and if you touch, immediately you will. Immediately in touch with the powerhouse. So either you touch the powerhouse or and where insignificant who is empowered by the powerhouse, you touch, you get the electricity. This is called parampara system. Madasra. Evang parampara praptam imang rajarsayo vidu yoganasta paranta. These are all explained. So, madasraya, as soon as because Krishna is not visible at the present moment, he is visible but we cannot see. So, we take asraya, shelter of his devotee. Therefore, Sri Rupa Goswami gives his formula how to become attached to Krishna. The first he says, Adau Shraddha. First of all, faith. The beginning. Just like you have come very kindly to this temple with some faith that here is the Krishna consciousness movement. Let us go there and see what they are doing out of inquisitiveness or something. That this is little faith. Now you have to increase this faith. This is required. Adau sadhya tato sadhu sangha. How you can increase the faith? Those who are actually engaged in Krishna consciousness, in devotional service, associate with them. Don't think that at home you'll be perfect. That is not possible. At home there is no such facilities. Here you will get the facilities. Here the devotees, they are actually following the instruction of Madasraya. One was taking the shelter. They are rising early in the morning. At home you'll think, oh, what is early in the morning? Let me enjoy sleep. So there is no such facilities at home. Therefore this institution is started. If you are serious about Krishna consciousness, if you are serious about increasing your attachment for Krishna, then you should come and live with the devotees. Adau sadhya tatu sadhu sangha and tatu bhajana kriya. But sadhu sangha, now they are chanting, they are having Mangalarati, they are decorating the deity, and so many things. Everyone who will associate will see, and then he will be inclined to be initiated. This is our practical experience. They will submit, please let me be initiated. This is called bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means if he is serious about bhajana kriya, how to worship, then anartha nivittisya. Anartha means we have learned so many nonsense things. They can be summarized in 4 items. Illicit sex, intoxication, gambling and meat eating. So anartha nivittisya. If you accept bhajana kriya, the activities of devotional service, then these things will be vanished. Then, when you are purified, as I have said, that sarvapadhi vinirmuktam, when he is free from all these material bad habits, he is mukta, he is liberated. Then adau saddha tato sadhu sangha tato bhajana kriya tato anartha nivit tato nishtha. Then your faith, beginning was the faith, this faith becomes established. You can know what can move you. tato nishtha, tato ruchi. Then you get some taste how Krishna consciousness is sweet. Tato nishtha, tato ruchi, tatha shakti, then attachment. Unless you get taste, how you can be attached to Krishna? So these are the processes. So Krishna is saying, summarize, they have explained by the Maya, Madasra, those who are devotees. So in this way, we have to increase our attachment for Krishna. And when we increase our attachment for Krishna, then Krishna says, asangsayang samagrang mam jatha gyasaji tatchinu. Now everyone has got some doubt whether there is God or not, whether God is person or impersonal, whether he is something. He has no idea. In any religion, you ask him, what do you know about God? That he cannot explain. Because he is not in the platform. How can we understand God? That is not possible. It is not way. But we are confident what is God, what is his father's name, what is his name, what is his address, everything. No sangsaya, no doubt, everything complete. Asangsaya. We are confident that we are going to Krishna, back to home, back to garden. There is no doubt. Asangsaya. And samagram. Samagram is full. What is God meant? Asangsaya.